made our freshman experience. Anywhere this guy would go, he would just cause chaos.
Definitely like a Daedric Prince. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Definitely like a Shagor.
Basically, to give you a synopsis, this dude was crazy. Anytime we had an interaction with him, just like the craziest thing that could happen would happen.
Him and this other guy were just fighting over territory of a college campus.
We had the two biggest drug dealers both in our building, on our floor.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? My name is SpinShootImpress, and Brandyn. Welcome back to another episode of Real Sensitive Guy Hours. This is episode 26, and like I said a second ago, my name is Brandyn, aka SpinShootImpress.
I'm Oliver, aka Wiki, so slicky.
Let's fucking go. Hey, that was pretty good. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you got, Travis? You're up next, buddy.
I'm Travis, aka @SavvyTravy on Twitter and Instagram, because apparently I'm getting back on Twitter. We just decided.
The AIDS is not enough to keep you off.
That's SAVVI_TRAVVI.
Alrighty,
and I'm Will, aka everybody knows me as Will the Wise. So
that's what they call him. That's what they call him.
Or
in
William
school.
Le Conquérant.
All the girls go to him. He's like, "Is that Will the Wise?
Is that Le Conquérant?"
Yeah, dude, that's wild.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, before we get started, be sure to hit that like button for more Real Sensitive Guy Hours podcast. We're here to bring you quality entertainment for about an hour. Now, fuck the subscribe button. Leave a like, bitch. It just helps us with the YouTube algorithm. It says it on the bottom left of your screen. Also, if you want to be part of the show, you can ask us anything, or you can submit a topic, or if you have a situation that you want us to give you advice on. For example, if you have relationship issues, family issues, whatever, we will discuss them on the show. So email us at drspinshootimpress@gmail.com. It's to the right. It's above our guest's head. But speaking of our guest...
Yeah, also, we have a returning guest today.
Snarken X
Howdy.
Meme.
Returning.
Oh, all right. I'm Morgan, aka Snarken X Meme, aka
Let's
Mojo
fucking
Pain,
go.
aka your boy. All right.
Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, dude. Let's fucking go.
I'll take it.
You know, not
What's up,
enough
everybody?
people fucking clap for that shit. I'm a little
Last time you didn't have
Hey,
video, did you?
I didn't have video. No, I was.
You didn't have video. You were hiding your identity. Now
It's
you are
fair.
here for the
Face reveal.
TF2
Face
world.
reveal.
I'm gonna get bullied for my my stash.
No, dude, the stash actually looks.
Can we
so
get a
tough
close
on
up? Can we get a close up real quick?
You want close up?
it. Stash is actually
Ooh.
really tough.
Oh.
Yeah?
It's growing
You like
now.
that?
It's growing.
Really
It's
growing.
growing now.
I'm a little wet in my
Trav.
pants. How about everybody else?
It seems like Trav shaved your face a little bit down. Or
Yeah,
is that
got rid of the caveman. Now I'm down to stub.
Everybody's looking really cute. Travis has got like the dad vibe going on right now. Oliver looks like Oliver looks like he just got fresh fucked.
Oliver's got a white t-shirt on.
Oh my god, it's a white t-shirt.
That's right there.
I am.
My
He is
hair's
wearing a
kinda
white
crazy,
T-shirt. Look at him.
So.
Look at honestly,
Oliver,
look at
can we
Will.
get a little
He's so
text, though?
cute though. Hold on.
He's
Hold
got
on,
the
look at
flow
Will.
in the
Will
front.
just always has that perfect like wave in his hair.
Dude,
man.
like,
Literally, like I could
I-
surf that
thank you.
shit.
I can't
could
ever
surf
do
that
that. Even if I had gel, I couldn't do it.
And then it's your
Bro, I don't
boy.
use gel.
What?
And then Brandino also
Skinny
coming through with
penis.
a fresh cut.
Brandon with the sick facial hair.
The
Highly
glasses, dude, the
encouraged.
glasses. Like
Oh my
a
god.
year ago, this man did not wear glasses.
The
but
most
now it's like,
handsome
I can't picture him without
podcast.
them.
You're looking a little pumped. Did you?
Did I?
Did you go to the
Oh,
gym?
I'm not gonna show it to him. I'm not gonna show
Whoa.
it to him.
Did
I'm not gonna
You
do
went
it.
to the gym.
Don't.
Don't.
Don't
Save
keep
it.
it.
We're gonna get
Yeah.
demonetized
Oh.
for guns being in this episode.
Yeah.
Did you
No
G
firearms.
fuel us right now?
So
He
yeah,
did, he
I actually
did.
want to
He
talk
did.
about this. So we I went to the gym yesterday and the day before. Yesterday we did pulls, so a lot
With yours
of
truly.
No,
Let's
push.
go.
We did push. We did some. Yeah, Will and I did some triceps, back.
Huh?
We did some chest action going on. I think you did some biceps, right?
I did. So what I did triceps, chest, the delts on the back end. I did back. I did forearms, and I did biceps as well.
Oh yeah. Oh
yeah,
yeah.
Brandon's gonna
Oh,
do
yeah.
a gains reveal on episode 35, so look out for that.
Yeah, I'm
Watch
thinking.
out, ladies.
I'm thinking that we kind of the big thing just happened in my life. Obviously, I made a video about it. Currently up on the SpinShootImpress channel. Breaking Up Sucks, episode 3. It's a third installment. But I'm thinking that I want to do this like big working out transformation thing. I've always been skinny in my life, and you know, if I do a little bit of is it hypertonics? What is it? What's the word for that? Wherever you're trying to lift weights to gain
Bulk up.
muscle. Yeah. Okay. So
Get swole.
Bulk.
Get swole.
There's probably,
swole,
a,
get
there's
you-
probably an actual definition, like
Yo.
word, like scientific word for it, but I have no
I
idea.
have it written down. Hypertrophy. Hypertrophy. I
I
can't
learned
say
that
the
in
fucking
gym in
word.
high school, probably.
Hypertrophy.
Yeah,
I
the
definitely
hyper.
learned-
Yeah.
Hypertrophy.
Hypertrophy. It's hypertrophy.
It's tough.
Sounds like a
Ballistics,
really
stuff here.
energetic award.
Not
man.
only that, it kind of sounds like a Pokemon move, if anything. I don't like it. Like it sound,
Hypertrophy.
yeah, like one of those
Pikachu,
like
use hypertrophy.
It's
Like the
tough.
Check it out.
Pokemon just
Check
gets
it out.
really fat.
Episode 35. You'll see if it's super effective or not.
yeah.
Yes,
So
sir.
Brandon
ooh,
used bulk up.
ooh.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. Like,
Hit him with the Harden.
Harden.
So, but yeah, I was kind of wanting to do this, but I was thinking that, do you guys want to like go within this journey with me and on your own individual levels? Can we make this like a friendly competition? Like, did you guys want to participate? No, I want to bring this up on the show.
I'd probably be late.
I'm gonna work out with you
Because-
most of the time, so yeah, I'm definitely in.
I still don't trust gyms.
competition. Just like what work out.
I'm thinking just like, you know, just improvement, just in general.
Yeah, Oliver, you have the most chance to win because you're already yoked.
He's already jacked. As you can see with the white shirt.
I would be down to work out. I'm always down for a good sesh.
Hell yeah, brother. Oh yeah, that's what
You know, I'm already
I
gonna be
even-
the one working out with you, so you know, I'm definitely in.
Yeah, that'd be fun. That'd be something different than, you know, me just getting back from work and chilling. For a
Tomorrow
while,
we're gonna do
so-
legs. If you want to go tomorrow,
I am
I
not
will
doing
not
legs
be
tomorrow.
there.
I did legs
If you guys
today.
want to do cardio, I got
right
you.
now.
Big cardio guy. I got you guys.
Cardio is
I
tough,
love
man. If you
cardio.
can get good at cardio, that can
I love
set you
cardio.
for anything else. It's tough.
I fucking love cardio.
and
The problem
Brandon's
here,
too
though,
scared of cardio.
Well,
I wasn't ready for cardio here because the altitude makes it so much harder. Like, it's way harder.
I
The breathing
I
is
can't do
unbelievable.
cardio because I'll fucking disappear. Like if I lose enough calories, I'm just gone. I will cease to exist.
But what cardio helps you do is it helps you build up your lungs and stuff like that, so that way you can work out longer.
I would say do cardio, just don't do a lot. Like, you can do it a couple times a week, not every day.
If I go to work out, I'll probably do like 15 to 30 minutes of like a bike first to get my blood flowing
Yeah.
and stuff in cardio, and then I'll work out.
Yeah, that's what I do. That's what we used to always do when we did wrestling and hockey. You'd always spend the first part of practice, like the first
Warming up.
maybe
Alright.
30 minutes of practice just doing cardio stuff, so that way your body was conditioned and ready for it.
I want to see if this
Yeah,
works.
exactly.
All right, boys. Let's fucking go,
Hey,
dude.
hey!
It's the power. What was that? Whoa, hold on. What was that, Oliver?
I got confused when we were doing it first. I got really confused.
I'm
Hands
paying
up,
more
hands up,
attention to you
shooters.
these days because, like, I'll be editing. Well, I talk about this all the time. I'll be editing, and I'll just hear you say the most sneaky slide shit of all time, and it's always funny as shit.
Yeah.
We were talking before the podcast started, like, about our childhood traumas.
Like
of-
elementary school.
Yeah, like that clapping thing, for example, definitely an American thing. I feel like that
How
was.
did that like?
Oh,
how did that
100%
catch
I
on?
feel like it
Even,
would be.
even if it's just in America, how did it catch on everywhere in America? Like how
It's
did
like-
you-
it's
Probably
like
like
that
those
super
teacher
F.
practices.
It's like
Yeah,
that.
Probably
F
from
thing.
like those teachers conventions and stuff like that, where they come in, they sit down, they're like, "All right, we have a new idea to shut these little fuckers up. All you gotta do is just put your finger in front of your mouth and hold up something, and they'll do it."
I've
Yeah, I
heard that
promise
was
you,
actually
the-
like a
the
pretty good
teacher-
Donald Trump impression.
The
That'd be-
teacher that threw that out there was probably like like, dude, guys, listen, I've got the greatest shit of your whole life here.
I
gonna blow
imagine
your
like
mind.
Johnny Bravo up there, just like.
What if like at the teachers convention, like all the teachers are talking and then one teacher just got so fucking annoyed with all of them talking that she was just like, hey. And then just everyone following, they're like, all right,
It's like a fucking
it's
like Hunger Games. It's like a powerful moment.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Copyright claim.
Dude, didn't you hate those kids too when you were little who, when they wanted everybody to be quiet, they would just start like literally spitting in everyone's face? Shh.
Yeah, dude.
Oh
that's
my
annoying.
god.
Shh. Fuck those kids, man.
Yeah,
like a
dog.
Becky. Like a
I always
Becky.
hated the
Like, fuck
fucking
you,
kids
Becky.
that were just teachers' pets.
No,
Those
I
you
was
guys
high key.
you guys
I was
you
high
can
key.
still
with
relate
that.
to.
Like I would
The
like
fucking
flirt with a
cussing.
teacher.
I was friends with the teachers, but I wasn't like all up in their ass all the time.
Yeah, I wasn't licking their asshole.
In
Well,
elementary
that's-
school, it
well,
sucked for me because it sucked for me in elementary school because my mom was a teacher at the same school that I went to elementary school at. So like all the teachers
Oh,
knew me
no.
as like
Oh
her kid.
no!
So I couldn't get away with
your
being in
parents.
trouble. I couldn't be in trouble because then they'd just be like, I can walk down the hall and tell your mom. I'm like, well, fuck,
Fuck,
that makes
man.
it so much more difficult. I
Did
can't
I
do
tell
anything.
the Chuck E. Cheese story on this show?
The what?
No.
The Chuck E. Cheese story where I got in trouble at school
I
and
don't
then
think so.
Oh my god! Tell it.
dude, so
Please.
I'm gonna keep it short. So one time, me and my friend Travis, believe it or not, I knew you in a past life. Like,
Damn.
him and I would like cuss, and this was like third grade, so that was when it was scandalous as shit.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
And so we would play
Like you whispered
Hangman
your friend's ear.
one day, and we had the a little piece of paper that you play Hangman on, and he put 7 letters. I was like, this kid cusses like crazy. I already know what this is gonna be. So we put FUCKING. I guessed it immediately. And so then we play a little bit, and then this paper. And then we play with this another girl, and I forgot her name, but either way, she was wrapped into this mess that was us cussing. And the teacher looks down and she's like, what are you guys doing? We're like, we're playing Hangman. And she like picks up the paper and looks on the other side of it. And she goes, oh, okay. I'm taking this to the principal's office. It's like, fuck, dude. Like, I've never gotten in trouble before. I was like this like nerdy little kid.
That's what got you into trouble in the first place, man.
So,
Dude, that kind of Hangman's wild.
Fresh fuck.
But the girl was the first one to get called down to the principal's office, and she's just like this innocent bystander. And so she goes first. She tells on my friend Travis.
Oh yeah, dude. She's gonna spill everyone's fucking beans because she wasn't part of it.
My cunt ass friend Travis spilt the beans about me. So we're all three just sitting in there blaming each other. And she was like, all right, I need you to get a note from each of your parents.
That was the worst. It's like, don't involve them, man. Come on.
Don't involve me, please. So I get home and my mom is like, you know, you kids are doing really well in everything. We're going to Chuck E. Cheese. That night, dude. That night. So I couldn't tell her. There was no way. So then.
This is like a sitcom episode.
Yeah, there's no way.
So we go to Chuck E. Cheese, have the greatest time ever, and then I'm looking out the window. I remember in the car ride, just looking out the window, I'm like, I gotta tell this bitch. I never told her, and I would be afraid of this principal from here on out. In reality, it's not that big of a deal. We just put a cuss word on a fucking piece of paper. But like, I would see the principal and like hide. I'd put my head down because I was just so afraid that she would call me out. But I never had to get the note from my parents.
Were you just sitting there like with your headphones on? You're just listening to like Eminem, I'm Not Afraid, and you're just like,
oh my god, all that. I thought about that the other day. Like all the music I used to listen to that I thought like made me so cool in like 6th grade.
Not afraid.
Like fucking Eminem. Yeah, I would listen to like this song. We only liked it because it was called "Fuck It." That like rap song.
What was this?
Like fuck what I said. It don't mean shit now.
Oh yeah, I know
Fuck
that
the
one.
presents I threw. All
You guys
that
remember when
shit out.
Sexy Bitch came out and you'd be like, ooh, she's a sexy chick.
Oh
And you
my
look
God.
around a sexy bitch.
Yeah.
Why was it like? Why would we want to like
story?
whisper every single cuss word when we first started cussing? Like,
Oh,
if you said it out loud, it had a
Bro,
whole
I
different
straight out
meaning than if
said
you
one.
whispered it.
I
Whispering
didn't
it
say
was
a
okay.
cuss word. I didn't say a cuss word, but have I told the story about finding out what a lesbian was here?
Yeah,
Maybe.
I'm pretty sure you did tell that one.
Have I?
What?
Bro. But like, yeah, you as a kid, like I remember like the most embarrassing things were like the school dances and shit like that. Where like you see all the dudes, bro, the school
Oh
dances
my
are the
God,
most
middle
awkward
school
places.
dances.
So awkward. I
Especially
agree.
at a private school, it sucked.
Yeah,
It
you couldn't
sucked
do
because-
shit, man. You couldn't do shit.
Well,
Like,
Dude, all
the
the
you
reason
barely
it's
even
sucked
dance. They
together.
literally wanted like a 2-foot difference between you two.
Yeah,
it was
they're
great
trying to
because like with a private school, like you wear a uniform every day, and like at school dances, it gave everybody a chance to like express themselves finally. Like you could wear shorts.
Oh, so you could wear normal clothes then.
pants. Yeah. And all that. So like all the dudes that were in middle school or elementary school that were just finding out about like the female body, they're like checking out the girls, seeing them all.
Yeah, who
Stuff
put
like
on like
that.
dresses and shit. Like,
Oh yeah. But then
obviously,
got,
if
like,
you had
the chick-
anything like the least bit skimpy at all, you'd be kicked out because number one, it's middle school.
Oh,
number
yeah.
two, it's a private school. But like,
Oh yeah, and
some
then
girls
at
found
these
a way
dances-
to like just.
Do you
wear-
remember
dances,
like back in the day,
all
whenever
the
you'd
kids-
see? Sorry, go ahead.
all the kids, like even at a private school, like yeah, they had regulations, but some kids just had like the creepiest, fucking wildest imaginations. A girl could wear fucking horse mom jeans and shit like that, and the dude is one kid's just standing over in the corner like,
Morgan's
Damn.
face.
It was like
okay.
guys
Yeah.
on one side of the gym, girls on the other. They would rarely mesh for like the
Yeah.
first 30 minutes at least.
oh yeah, and then you
Dude.
have. Then you have the girls that are just like they're too into themselves, or they're trying to be too cute or too hot, and they're the ones
True.
dancing with everybody, or they're just ones dancing in the middle of the thing, trying
Fair
to be
enough.
sexy. Like I remember we went to a middle school dance and they put on "I'm Bringing Sexy Back" by Justin Timberlake, and like there was just one chick in the middle of the dance floor just going at it. I'm like,
how is this allowed at a private school? I remember one time
how is
somebody-
it possible?
the DJ was taking requests at one of the middle school dances. I went to a Catholic school,
Oh no.
and somebody requested "Gives You Hell" by the All American Rejects, and like the
Yeah.
teachers that were
Let's go.
chaperoning got so pissed.
No, dude, they played a hot and cold, but it was the censored version. And there's one part where it goes, like a bitch, I would know. But like, everybody was singing the song because it was so hot at that moment. So all the middle schoolers were like in 8th grade were like a bitch. And like, you could tell the teachers were like, these kids are crazy.
Dude, in my high school, like for homecomings and shit, like they had a tarp down, like it'd be over our gym, they would do it. So they put like a massive tarp down. And at the end of the night, I swear they'd always find like at least 2 or 3 girls' panties just on the ground.
What?
In middle school?
Yeah, in high
What?
school. Yeah,
Oh, high school,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, high school,
they
yeah,
always
dude.
found
High
2 or 3
school
girls'
different, my god. High school
Panties?
Baltimore, Maryland is
High
crazy.
school it just got weird. Like, who started the whole like grinding pit thing?
That's all it
Like,
was.
all
dude.
high school
You didn't have a girl to grind it. You were, like, left
Yeah,
out,
I
bro.
never got
It
grinded on.
was sweaty
I
and
liked it.
disgusting, and like it was the same shit as Oliver was saying. They find like condoms on the floor and shit.
Dude,
Bro,
kids would
yeah.
talk about like,
back.
yeah, like I was in the middle of there and like I was fingering her asshole. I'm like, brother, we're in
And
a
then there were
high
those
school.
assholes that would just like throw a water bottle in the crowd, like
Yeah,
true.
gush
Yeah.
everyone with water.
Little gushes.
Yeah, I was trapped in the
went
middle.
to
I was
prom.
just taking a fat Jeep. It was crazy.
I would have done
remember
that, man.
homecomings, I just never went to prom. I never got asked, or I never asked anybody. Or if I did, I always got rejected.
My ex-girlfriend went like my senior prom. My ex-girlfriend went with the kid who's like a predator. You know, the guy that fucking graduated 5 years ago, but he still only hangs out with high school girls.
Yes.
She
Why
went
does
with
every
him.
school have one of those too?
Every
Yeah.
school.
Fair enough.
You know what? My school, I hate to admit it because I just grew this out. He had like the biggest pedo stash ever, right? He
They
had the
either have
mustache.
the
Not
pedo
as,
stash or they have the big thick
Little room.
beard.
I love
Yes.
fucking
Just to say like
not
I'm
as
older.
not as great as this one. Not as great as this one, but
ice.
yeah. No, he was like 24
Bro.
and he came in with this fresh senior she was like 17, 18 years old, and she was walking around, literally looked like an infant. And this guy was like, "What's up, everybody?"
He's got a dip in.
Yeah.
Got pushy.
Mine was 20, dating a sophomore. I
Oh,
still see him sometimes too. He works at GameStop.
Jesus Christ.
Hey, power to the gamers, boys. Let's fucking go.
Gosh,
What was insane to me back in the day was whenever you're in middle school, you think all of these girls that are like 13 years old are just like super hot. And that's going to be a soundbite that's going to get misused.
And then there's a certain point where you're like, I can't think that anymore. I need to stop thinking that. And you just do stop thinking that.
Yeah, that's very
Like, our teacher,
Good.
we were
Oliver
in our
didn't.
like study hall class one time, and the girl I had a huge crush on and her best friend were like doing this dance routine, and we were talking to the teacher, and we're like, you think this is hot, like this is bad as fuck, because when we're 13, we're like, my fellow 13-year-old classmates are hot as shit, but like, and he was like,
So
no.
you're just egging your teacher on to fucking be a predator?
But we didn't think about it like that, or else I didn't.
Wait, what? Holy shit.
And the thing is, like, you think like these girls at like when you're 13 or 14 or like in middle school, you think like the hot chick in middle school is going to be the hot chick her entire life. I went to middle school with some chicks that were hot as shit in middle school, but like once they hit high school, they fucking went down the drain. They became like big ass potheads. I think one of them like is now a crackhead.
After
Like,
high school, it gets even worse because then the girls who were hot in high school become the girls who have had like 4 kids by the time you're out of college. You're like,
I
"God,
graduated.
damn, what happened to
I
her?"
graduated high school in 2014. I graduated high school in 2014. There is a girl that sat next to me during the graduation ceremony. She has 3 kids right now.
Ooh.
What a
With the
death
same
sentence.
man?
Yeah, with the same guy. Same guy.
All right, that's
But they're not married.
I mean, like, if it's your choice and you just like
Yeah.
keep going with it, I guess more power to you.
It's just
but
like I feel like I'm such a fucking kid. Like I don't understand. Like,
too.
I could have gone out with the hottest girl in my high school. She was a volleyball player, and like one time I got her phone number because she was in my English class, and I would pull the nice guy bullshit where I would send her a full on essay about how pretty she was, and it fucking worked. Like it fucking worked. So like I remember I could have had her, but I was so nervous because she was super hot. Like. We went outside because of like I think a fire alarm or some shit, and she like started holding onto my arm, and I was like stunned. I was like, she's touching me.
You were popping a chub the whole time.
Dude, yeah, you're in high school, if a girl holds your hand or touches your arm full on hard right away.
That's me now.
Your arm.
Yeah,
That's me now.
Oh, I will say I will give a little bit of a what's it called? Like a PSA. Listen. No simping. Don't do that. Okay. Don't do that.
Yeah. Do not. Yeah. I think that girl actually had like very like terrible self-esteem issues is what happened.
Yeah. Everybody simps in like middle and high school. It's forgivable, but you need to like give that shit up once you graduate.
It's not fun.
Once you get to like a senior in high school, stop.
Yeah, you kind of like own it at that point.
Once you're starting to prepare for everything, just go ahead and shed your simpness. You don't need it.
No, dude.
To turn you into an incel.
Make them simp for you. Don't simp for them.
Exactly. You want to manipulate them into loving you forever.
Whoa.
You know, keep them in your basement, and that's how it is, bro.
That sounds
I'm being
That's what I'm talking
hyperbolic for comedic purposes. It's edgy and it's not funny. Domestic abuse is real.
Yeah, another PSA. Don't be a pedophile. Don't be a kidnapper. Don't be an
abuser.
Don't be an abuser.
We had an abusive relationship that happened in our high school. Like there was one day, like there was this couple, like this kid was like, the guy was like really like grungy looking. Like he wore like the baggiest fucking jeans, the heavy metal like Slayer t-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
And there's always one of those in every high school too. The couple that fights, like literally physically.
Why are they emo too? Every single time, not emo, but like,
every time.
Or they're like the weirdo, the weird emo kids who like don't talk to anybody and like cuddle in a group at the edge of everything.
He
had their locker and they're just like
long fucking hair. He was like he smelled like shit, and he was dating like this doctor's daughter. person that I knew from middle school from my private school, and she went to the same high school as me, and it was a public high school. And so like one day, like I like at the beginning of school in high school, and I'm sure you guys had this too, like when you got to school, you didn't go immediately to class. There was like a 10-minute window where you just stood there and you just talked to like your friend group.
Definitely.
And so like
hanging out.
I see him walk in with her and like her hands are in her face, like she's crying and like all that. And he has like his arm around her and all that. So like I had class with her before I had class with him. So I'm sitting there talking to her. I was like, hey, like, is everything okay? Like, what's going on? Like, you seem like really fucking upset.
It's
And
okay.
she's like,
it's okay.
yeah, she was like, my boyfriend was just like real mean to me today. I'm like, well, like, what did he say? What did he do? And she's like, he pushed me out of his car while we were driving and coming into the parking lot.
Shit.
I'm like,
my God.
Holy shit.
That's
What?
fun.
I was like, what did you just say? And she's like, yeah, we were driving to come park and we were in an argument. And so he just opened up the car door and like pushed me out of the door. And I was
Is
like,
you being her voice?
I was like, this is like assault to the highest level.
how
Yeah,
do you
dude.
even get to that point, like at all? Just fucking.
Exactly.
How do you-
I
how do
had
you
one where it
think
was a
that
guy
is,
and his
like, the
girlfriend.
answer to an argument?
Yeah, they like started just fight. They were having a verbal argument in the hallway. They were yelling back and forth. Then all of a sudden, I come around the corner and he like picks her up and throws her against the lockers, like his little girlfriend.
That's
Holy
fucked.
shit.
I'm like, oh my
Jesus
god!
fuck.
He said, what'd you say? You didn't like my bands today?
Yeah.
He punched me. He punched
Literally,
me
and
later that
it's
day.
the exact same. Wait, the guy punched you?
Yeah, so like I
You
had
kicked his
class
ass?
with her
First.
first period. Oh yeah, I kicked his ass
He didn't.
back.
He didn't like that you comforted her.
No, it's so like I had class with her first period. I had class with him fifth period. And so like I was one of the people that was friends with everybody. I was friends with like the jocks, I was friends with the popular kids, I was friends with the
Right.
nerds, I was friends with the band nerds.
Wow, you're so
all that
fucking
stuff.
popular.
You're the in-betweener, bro. You're like the moderator between everybody. Whoa,
The
you know, man.
moder- you're the
The
admin.
moderator.
You had to
The
put
manager.
these
I was
people
the
in
admin
admin
of
sits.
school. I was the admin of the school at the time. And so like I had class with him
RDM.
fifth period. It was history class. And so we had this class was split down the middle. So like 30 minutes of it, and then you had lunch, and then the rest of it after you came back after lunch and you had the rest of class. So right before we get out for lunch, like I'm sitting there talking to everybody, and so I like went over to him and I was like, hey, do you want to hear a joke? And he was like, huh, yeah, I like jokes and all that. I'm like, all right, bet. And I was like, hickory dickory dock, your girlfriend sucked my cock. And then right then and there, he just socked me like right on my nose, bloodied my fucking nose. I jumped the fucking desk.
That's pretty
started
fucking savage.
wailing
man.
on this dude.
Like
God.
you
And, like-
saying that to him is pretty wild.
That's pretty legendary.
so, like,
I'll give you that one.
I started
I like
wailing on
sketchy-
this fucker.
Sketchy problem.
So I start wailing on this dude, and my buddy who's in the class, he was on the wrestling team with me, had to pull me off of him. And I was like, why the fuck did you punch me? It was just a fucking joke. He's like, sorry, I'm really insecure. I had an argument with my girlfriend this morning. I'm like, yeah, I know. And you pushed her out of a fucking car. And you just like stood up and just walked out of class.
Sounds like he's got some shit to work through.
He has some issues, bro. He needs some tissues for his issues.
Yeah. That's
Bro,
fucked.
it was so fucking
Why the
crazy.
fuck did you just punch me?
Bruh.
Bro, like, why did you just punch me? Like, I told you I was gonna tell you a joke.
Will, how old were you when this joke happened?
I think I was a sophomore or a junior. I think I was a sophomore. I was a sophomore.
That's a fire joke back then, though.
It's the same archetype
Dickory
person,
dock.
too. The same as the guy who threw his girlfriend up against the lockers. Like big, weird, smelly guy.
Yeah.
He wasn't
and
big.
you know,
Shit.
They have no business even having a girlfriend, yet they somehow always do.
you know
Bro,
what?
it's
It's usually
good
like
listeners.
for me, my experience is like the people like that, like, I don't know, they're 16, full grown beard, they're already going balding, they work a construction job. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like maybe that's just a West Virginia.
Yeah,
or
why
like
the fuck
that
do we all have
area.
full-grown adults in our high school?
Yeah.
Bro,
yeah.
it's so weird.
There's
Very
also
strange.
that one like
Then-
football player that's literally like has more muscles than I could ever dream of having in high school.
He's just
It
built,
looks
bro.
like a literal fucking 34-year-old model.
You always
my
have a
God.
big like redneck kid named Big Country at your fucking high school.
We had this literal behemoth of a person. I remember his name. He sounded like a baby when he talked, and he looked like a boomer from Left 4 Dead, dude. But he was a country kid. Oh my god, dude. He made fun of me one time. I felt really shitty.
Those kids that would always get in trouble for spitting dip into water bottles in your classes.
There were some weird like stereotypes or niches in high school.
I've never understood
the transition from high school to college, like you see the niches like to dwindle down to like certain ones. Because like in high school, there are so many. There's the popular kids, there's the jocks, there's the nerds, there's the theater kids, there's the band nerds, there's just like there's
in college,
the band
everybody
head.
is just like decently friendly to each other most of the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we're all going through the same bullshit though. Like,
yeah, we're not all gonna be besties. We're all not gonna fucking hang out one-on-one, but like I'll tolerate just about anybody.
Right.
Except for one social
So they punch me in the
fraternity
face.
at our college, the music fraternity. Yeah, I don't really fuck with them.
I kind of wanted to talk about a character, and Will, this is more like telling you this story. Because the four of us have experienced this crazy person. We're not going to name his name, but he did a lot of crazy stuff, and he made our freshman experience pretty insane.
Is he crazy someone?
Yeah, we were
about,
speaking of the workout stuff, we were talking today. Only Oliver and I remember this, but he took us to this insane workout on Valentine's Day once.
Yeah.
Literally, I only like, for some reason, I vividly remember just one part of it where we were doing the bench presses and he kept adding weight, making us do 10 reps. Then he'd add another weight and make us do 10 more reps, add another weight and make us do 10 more reps. I'm like, dude, I can't bench this much.
I think that's I think we're doing with, I think it's considered negatives, where you put so much on, you bet and you take it off and you do it again, like until you like can't do it anymore.
Oh, that's right. He was taking them off.
Yeah.
But it still got so hard because you kept doing it.
Yeah, I remember the curls. My arms were like so sore. I was like, how do you do this every time you work out?
I kind of want to talk about like the crazy shit. Yeah. Now,
so tell me about this guy.
This is a fictional person. This is a friend that we know of that is a friend of a friend. So
I would say he became a friend.
Okay. I was gonna like try to like not involve us into a court case if it ever came up, but I guess we're here.
We hated him sometimes, but I want to call him my friend. I'm gonna stick by him.
So, buddy,
to you guys, he was a great guy. He wasn't a bad guy.
No, to us, we were like his like little his little guys, his little minions that he would just bring with him, but never get us in trouble.
Anyone else in life, he could go ballistic on at any moment, but he was always nice to us.
I think there's like a concept that's like this before you really get into it. It's like, you know how every year when you're in college, you bring in like another group and you help them out. He was doing that for us, and we did that our sophomore year with.
Yeah, dude, you gotta have proteges.
Yes. So this is a rule of college. If you're a bit older, you have to help the younger people out. Like you have to enlist a group of people under your wing.
Yeah, befriend
a group of awesome girls who were so fun, and it got us into parties so much easier.
True.
But I think we kind of were involved. Not involved, like we didn't participate, but with this person, he was in kind of like a drug war within the building of our school. Like it was bizarre. Like these him and this other guy were just fighting over territory of a college campus.
We had the two biggest drug dealers both in our building on our floor. The two biggest drug dealers.
That's why it smelled like weed all the time there.
Yes.
We also had someone trying to steal your money also. So that was fun.
Wow.
Oh yeah, because like the concept of having private valuable things kind of goes away in a group dorm.
Yeah, people would come into our dorm room and just fucking eat our shit all the time.
So you have to find creative hiding places for things. So they had like the ceiling tiles inside of the couches, stuff like that. They would hide
the ceiling tiles were a good one
everywhere.
The ceiling tiles were a big one, and they would have the dogs come through our place to sniff out the rooms. But this dog was like the laziest little shit ever.
First off, it was a golden retriever for some reason.
So they knew that dog was ineffective. So we had like a full building meeting, including this crazy individual that we were friends with. And they were like, we're going to bring in the big city dogs if you guys don't get your shit together. All right. We know what's going on here. But like they didn't know who was doing it.
I think in the end they definitely knew it was him, but he would just like charm the pants off everybody somehow when he came in contact with them.
And it's also, you can't like do anything unless you have proof, right?
Yeah, exactly.
With the first time we ever drank, we're all graduated, so we can tell the story now. The first time we ever drank, we were in the student center. Like they have this like bowling ring. And if you can think of like a bowling area, there's the desk where the person has all the shoes. So he tells us, he's like, go to the student center where everybody bowls and we're going to throw a party. And we're like, oh, it's just going to be another fucking hangout with pizza and shit.
We had been to the parties in this place before, and it was like pizza and root beer.
And all the cringe kids who were
to campus and like nobody except for those weird overeager kids who wanted to do everything.
And he was like, no, this is a party. So we're like, okay. We get inside of there and it's us and our little freshman group. And he closes the doors and locks it behind us. And he goes, come here. We go to where they give out the shoes and he just pulls out bottles, throws them on the counter. And he's like, you, and you, we're taking shots right now. And then I remember Travis was a little preoccupied with something else, but Oliver and I looked at each other. We're like, are we doing this right now? And he's like, yeah, we're taking shots.
Yeah, like I mean, we kind of had to at that point. We were like, yeah, fuck it, we're here.
Craziness, man.
It was a good time.
That was like every day with him.
True.
Every day was a new adventure that he would take us on.
Dude,
at least every Friday and Saturday.
That's a real. I feel like he, I'm definitely a nerd, so and you guys can probably relate with this story. But it's like I don't know, he's definitely like a Daedric Prince. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
he's definitely like a Shagorth, like or something.
Literally,
yeah.
we were just his companions
everywhere he went.
Yeah,
random shit would happen.
Will, basically, to give you a synopsis, this dude was crazy. Anytime we had an interaction with him, just like the craziest thing that could happen would happen.
He was gonna go slash somebody's tires. He was gonna throw salt in somebody
in his gas tank.
Yeah. Also, like I heard a story about one of his other compadres that he had under his wing at one point, and he like finessed them to come to his house. But he was like, yeah, I'm gonna smoke you guys up. I'm gonna smoke you guys up. He finessed these kids into going to his house, and then he's like, I'm just gonna put this suitcase in the back of your car, and accidentally they smuggled drugs like an hour across the state border. Like anywhere this guy would go, he would just cause chaos. It was insane.
Somehow would always look away unscathed himself, though, but would leave like destruction in his wake. But when we were under his wing, he would protect us as well.
Yep,
oh yeah, you gotta protect the baby birds.
Yeah.
That's a big thing that if you watch this show and you go into college, that's a big thing to know is if you're coming in as a freshman, look for that person that's going to take you under their wing and show you around the school, show you the ins and outs, show you the parties, show you all that stuff. And then once you grow up and you become the elder, quote unquote, of the school, take someone under your wing and do what that person did to you to these new people.
Yeah, just
helps them.
Don't
be crazy.
Leave
destruction. Don't be crazy like this dude.
Just be the tour guide, bro.
Yeah. PSA. No drug smuggling. No simping. No all that other stuff.
Yeah, we have a lot of life in this episode.
Yeah.
No pedophilia.
Everybody love everybody.
It was just insane.
Everybody love everybody.
And like we hung out with him one time at his house, and then like all of a sudden he was like, "Hey, I'm gonna go on a deal," and he had like a henchman with him, and his henchman had a fucking pistol.
Yeah, he had a deagle, bro.
Dude.
He was gonna one deeg somebody.
Just one tap.
Bro, I think like the craziest person that I've met when I went to college was my first like fraternity party or like SRAT party, and we go to the big venue. I won't give out the location, but I'm assuming that Brandon, Oliver, and Travis, and possibly Snarken probably know the big venue
Morgan
on
Snarken.
camp.
You're not
Camp.
talking about #Haven?
No, I'm talking about the big fraternity one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hashtag chop.
So like we're in, I'll call it the church. Like that's what it is. It's a church. It's an old church.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
Yeah.
And it's like my first big fucking party. So I'm like, I'm a little nervous, but I'm also fucking excited as shit because I don't have to drive. I can just walk back to my dorm. I'm perfectly fine.
You can get fucked up.
Sitting there drinking, having a great time, and I see this like real sketchy fucking dude just walking around the party, and he's smoking something, but I don't know what. And so like I walk over to him, I'm like, "Hey man, what's up? My name's Will." Dab him up, like he introduces himself. I'm like, "What you got there?" He's like, "Man, smoking this joint right now. I got a shit ton more to go through tonight." I'm like, "Oh, really?" I'm thinking he's talking like maybe like 1, 2 more. Nope, he's got cargo pants on, like cargo shorts on, opens up the cargo thing, pulls out a fucking plastic bag. There's about like 10, 12 more joints that are in there. He's like,
God, bro.
all of these tonight. I'm like, oh,
that's an investment.
That man.
And then he tries to pull some like ghost story shit on me. He's like, "Man, you want to hear something crazy?" I'm like, What, my guy?" And he's like, "There's a dead body in here." I'm like, "Oh, you're insane." He's like, "Do you want to see?" I'm like, "Not really."
I'm good.
I was like, "Not really." So he drags me over to this closet that used to be like a staircase. And he just opens the door and he just points to like below the staircase. And he's like, "That's where it is, right there. That's where like 2 dead bodies are." I'm like, 2? You said there was 1.
Damn,
he's like, "Yeah, I know, I lied."
So there's a lot of transition. There's a lot of different ways people are doing self-help. You know, people are working out, they're reading books in order to feel better about themselves. But there's a subsect of people, and it's mostly coming from the internet, that do semen retention.
Oh.
Okay.
Do we
form of self-help
transition?
So do we know? So okay, semen retention is where it's essentially like no nut November, but for a longer period of time, in hopes that as a man, your testosterone will rise and become more intensive. You're gonna give off more manly vibes because your testosterone is coming up.
More odor.
You're gonna want to fuck more, and so in with that, you're gonna try to get with more women because you just have this more urge to get with women. This community is ultimately fucking ridiculous.
A lot of people do it.
Sounds like a crazy notion.
They're like chronic masturbators. Like a lot of people do it because they feel like they're addicted to masturbating and they just want to like chill on it because they feel like a degenerate.
Or you have the people that just like they can't pull like other people, so they're stuck there like not having sex, or like maybe they just see themselves like not being able to pull like women, so like they just aren't having sex, so they're stuck to like masturbating. But then they see it as like, well, maybe if I stop completely, maybe I will like pull a woman.
True.
Maybe I will be.
There's all these accounts of people that are like day whatever of semen retention. I feel like more confident. I feel stronger. I feel like more of a man. And I'm like, what the hell? Go on.
So are we going to do semen retention for the show?
That's what I was going to say, guys. So we can do semen retention for the next 24 hours. I don't know if I can make that.
That's easy.
I'll do about like maybe 4 minutes.
Morgan's hopping off the show and he's like, "I gotta go."
Do it for 24 hours and like keep a journal of your thoughts every couple hours.
Every hour, write down your thoughts.
How much longer I'm going to survive this?
Hour 1 of no masturbation. Fuck, this is hard.
Somebody said it because we were talking about this a little bit before the show starts. They were like, "Well, what's semen retention? Is it edging yourself?" Imagine, like, I wonder what the world's longest record of edging is. It's got to be ridiculous.
Yeah,
I'm on it.
probably.
Imagine how long they lasted after that.
And Morgan's on the keyboard already.
Dude, how long do you have to edge where you can never nut ever?
Okay.
You just edge for
Okay.
like a week and then you just can't nut for a month.
All right, he's got it.
Hold on. Hold
Just
on.
looking. We can fill the space.
Hold
has to
on.
read.
Yeah, keep going. Keep going.
He has
Yeah,
to
it's,
read.
it's because it's probably
There's
not going
gotta
to be
be, like, a-
explicit.
Guinness record for this, right? Because we could make a new one. If
So-
not.
Dude, edging could be used in
I'm
so
gonna
many
be-
different ways.
Yeah.
instead
I'm
of
gonna play
just
the
that.
dumb card right now. I'm gonna play the dumb card. I've never
Price is
heard
Right.
of edging. What is edging?
You literally
Basically-
just like it's to make you last longer during sex. So what you do is you keep like masturbating until you're about to come, and then you stop when you're
stop.
about to.
And
And
you
you
feel
Oh,
doing that over and
okay.
over. You
It's
bring
actually a
your
really good way
stop.
to last longer during sex. Like
Yes, it
you
very
can-
much does work.
you can like kind of turn it into a game with your SO. Just pro tip there.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a good one. There's a good one. You can do that. You can do that.
So do we have a time?
So I'm looking right now, and I couldn't find like a world's longest.
There's got to be like forums of like I edged for 2
However-
weeks.
Yeah. Well, it's do you edge yourself, and what's the longest you've ever edged before, right? And this guy named Foray Donville is the longest
Flex.
I've done without coming at all, and then in parentheses willingly equals with some wet dreams was 59 days.
What?
59 days. He said it was hard.
What?
I didn't watch any porn as well, and I'm really proud of that achievement.
I respect it.
Wow.
I
And I'm really
50.
proud of that achievement.
59 days. He's
There's
gonna
gotta
put that
be a
on his
point.
resume.
Yeah, you
funny.
have to.
That's nutty. No pun intended.
His resume
That
for
was
the
that was
casting couch.
intended. Yeah.
Yeah.
This man's probably a monster now. He doesn't need Viagra or any
Dude,
sended.
he probably like ascended in his brain and can nut on will. Can just
Like Travis.
just come. Like
Travis,
Travis.
is that how you learned?
Is that how you?
No, I just learned it. It's one of those things that I just did one day, you know?
I'm
Just figure out.
Yancha and I'm
Like
very
riding a
lit.
bike. One day you just do it. Like one
Yeah,
day I
Travis
was
is
laying
so
on my
bored.
stomach and I just was like thinking about some shit.
And you're like,
Oh,
shit, he's gonna have to
okay.
mute.
I'd
I
like
was
to
like,
think I have like a
circumstance. It was
high
circumstance,
willpower. If I had like a stat and willpower from 1 to 10, it'd probably be like a 7. That right
So
there
what-
is
what
like a
is-
10 willpower.
So
He-
what's
he
like
actually-
the longest that you guys have lasted?
3.
Like it's got to be
Not
in like the
edging
tens of
wise.
seconds.
3 minutes.
3,
Yeah,
maybe
probably around
4
the same.
milliseconds.
Probably around the same ish.
I'd say like wait, with edging or with sex?
There's two different
I
topics.
don't. I've never done that. I've never done that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
done
the version.
that. Never tried. I've never had sex, or I have edged. No, I'm kidding. I've never actually never tried edging. I don't know. I just feel like
I
it's,
never have tried edging, but I think
it's like a
the
waste of
longest
time. I feel like.
had to be at least like maybe like 45 minutes one time.
Yeah, that's about where I'm at.
I mean,
I'm gonna say
if you
3
look at
hours.
it-
3 hours.
I have to
Oliver,
say
yours
3
is like-
hours.
12.
Dude, that was that was
12
many
hours.
months ago, Oliver. That was a long time ago, Oliver. That does not happen no more.
Oh my
I know,
God.
but it's still your record, bro. You gotta own that.
I guess so. Yeah.
That's a record. I actually
Oh man.
I'm gonna let me transition real tiny bit.
Okay.
I got
Never
myself a white ping pong table, like a
Whoa.
fold out table. And I'm copying you guys. I'm getting some signatures on it. But I want to have like weird shit written on it, right?
Okay.
Like not
Ah.
weird shit, but like
Butts nusted and
like-
some
like
check
butts
some
nusted.
tick
butts nusted and some tally marks or like something. I got to get something on that.
a huge, hairy, detailed dick like we had on ours.
You guys did have a
Oh
huge hairy
my
detailed dig
God.
on anything.
I have
got
one of the signature tables in front of me, and it's got like a bunch of girls' names with hearts afterwards, and it says all this women, but I can't find my wife.
Sounds like you or Travis.
I definitely wrote that.
Yeah.
That's Brandon. That's Brandon. That's
Says
Brandon.
if Trump wins, I'm leaving.
The middle of the table, there's a crease in the middle, and either side you should draw a really big boob and like make a person in the middle.
Morgan, who's winning the 2020 election? Who you got?
Who's winning 2020?
Between Joe Biden, Donald Trump, or Kanye West?
Or Kanye West.
Or Dwayne The Rock Johnson.
I'm actually, you know what? If we're going to be realistic, it's definitely going to be Trump. I think Trump's going to win.
It's really fucking sad that after everything, that's still like
we
so
fought ourselves. Dude.
Yeah, I know. Listen. Political debates aside, Joe Biden is
gone,
of his former self. He's not a real human being now. He's like, you guys ever, again, huge nerd moment, like Warhammer 40K, there was like the Emperor of Mankind. He died and they keep his like skeleton on life support so they can keep up portals or whatever. I'm not a big lore guy with that. But he's that. He's like on life support constantly, like actually just an android or something. There's no way he's not brain dead.
His whole presidency is going to be just his big head on a screen, but he's actually this shriveled up body in a fucking container.
Yeah,
Dude,
he's Mr. House. Mr. House.
How come we can't get someone running on either side that has uphold themselves like to a higher standard? We haven't had anyone since like a couple elections ago. Like, what's going on with this economy?
I keep saying, man, if there's ever an election that we're going to break away from the two-party system, it's going to be this one.
Well, maybe.
Yeah, but what's that third party going to be? Are we going to
do our jokes?
Are we going to pull an independent like party member, or like is a new party going to come in like what they did with like the Whigs or the Jeffersonian?
We're gonna pull. Kanye is his own party. All right.
He's gonna rap about it, bro.
I'm gonna be really excited whenever they're like, it's time for the national anthem, and then all you hear is, she gave me money. I saw that one too. That was good. The Runaway one. I had to change the joke so I didn't steal it.
True.
We made it in America.
Yeah, dude. This shit sucks because it's like that South Park meme where it's like you're picking a fucking turd sandwich and a giant douche. That forever just stays like not one person in so long has encapsulated the American people in forever, dude.
And they had to fucking kill him. Fucking CIA.
Yeah, it's fucking shit.
JFK was the last great president, everyone.
Yeah.
Obama was pretty dang.
Yeah, I fucking
I'll go with that.
Personality. Yeah. I love a president with some like charisma and some personality.
What, Oliver?
But Travis is right. The last great one was JFK because he was on the track to like get shit done.
I looked up something. There was like a list of like the top like 15 or 20 presidents. And guess who was number one?
Was it Trump?
George Washington.
It's gotta be George Washington.
Nope.
Was Abe Lincoln?
Abe Lincoln.
Yeah.
Was the
because of the Emancipation Proclamation. Yep.
16th
Well,
president.
you can think about this.
5, but Abe
Think
Lincoln
about
was
this.
numero uno.
Where's JFK?
So what
JFK
happened
was
with
top 10.
this? What happened with
JFK
it was
top 10.
the problem is they can't encapsulate the American people's mindset at the time because that was fucking forever ago, and a
we're
lot of
such a
people
country divided
didn't.
right now.
True.
Well, at the time, not
It's
a lot
hard
of
for
people
anyone
liked
to
him.
be that
Not a
president.
lot of people liked Abe Lincoln, right?
No.
Yeah.
In fact,
Probably true.
if you want to get that far, like half the country hated Abe Lincoln. You know what I mean?
True. They literally
So-
literally quit the country under Abe Lincoln.
Dude, everybody.
Yeah.
But what the current situation right now, like with Trump, is like Trump
feels
has
like
got
that.
his Trump tards right behind him, his fucking army of people, and that's like that. Those are his boys. Like he knows he can count on them. All the
He's got his
racists,
game.
Fucking
all
idiots
the
of
fucking
America.
idiots of
literally.
America, all
There
the
are
poor
so
white
many
people.
these days that you'll always win the popular vote that way.
I just said not to get political, but you guys are going hard.
I'm just saying the truth, man.
Well, even like the Joe Biden supporters are all like, we just don't want Trump. We just don't want Trump.
anyone but Trump 2020.
You know, we understand that Joe Biden is actually insane. He's clinically not there, but it's anything's better than Trump. It's fine.
But it shouldn't have to be it shouldn't have to be A or B, man. Like,
Yeah.
why the fuck are we still
I agree.
forcing ourselves to do this?
Yep.
It's the way that the system was made. But
I
some
know.
people.
Just
But the thing that's fucked up is that some people, like, if you think about it, how would like the people that wrote this nation's Declaration of Independence, how would they react to seeing this shit nowadays? Like George Washington,
George would be pissed.
the host of
Benjamin
the
Franklin.
No, they'd be pissed. They'd be pissed for many
God.
reasons. You look at it, and they hated the political party system. In fact,
George Washington
was like,
parties.
dude, come on, fuck parties. And then Thomas Jefferson was like,
John Adams, they both were like, hey, so we're going to go into a party now.
We're going to make our own parties and fight against each other.
Not in it.
We hate each other.
Theme, we're only red. Okay?
It was the original high school cliques. Bro.
Theme.
Then, all right, we need to think about like mascots for us. What are some good mascots? A donkey, because we're a bunch of asses. And then elephants, because we're
fat.
just big thunderheads.
We're fat.
Yeah, it's so stupid these days. It's like I don't feel represented at all whatsoever.
Yeah,
but like
bro,
you can't do popular vote. Like because if you do popular vote, Democrats are going to win every single time, and then people are going to people in cities are going to be the only ones that are really.
Well, with popular vote, gerrymandering, the electoral college, like the whole voting system is fucked.
Freedom, am I right?
Yeah.
Anyways, yeah, there's no freedom in our like political system when it comes to voting, because we vote on a delegate to vote for us in the electoral college, and then that person or that vote gets transferred to the electoral college, and then that is the vote that's cast, not our vote. No, it's a collective vote to make another vote.
I was like so sad to learn about the electoral college when I first learned about it.
Terrifying to
I was
learn
like,
about.
damn. So like, they don't just like count all the votes and whoever has more wins.
I raised my hand in class. And I was like, so we don't have a voice. And my teacher was just like, yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Someone always says that. Someone in my class said that too. They're like, so our vote doesn't matter. And
Bro,
she's like, it's like, it doesn't matter.
It could, I doubt it.
It could potentially matter.
If it comes down to a singular vote, yes, it fucking matters. But if it doesn't,
when it comes to a swing vote, but there have been no or barely any like political votes that have come down to a swing vote.
No, dude, and it's so fucky. Like I really Sleepy Joe. Do I want that man representing us? Fuck you. Okay, fuck you. But Donald Trump, he's literally like right now. If we look on the grand scale of things, I've been watching a lot of history videos. That's why I've been like leaning the topics that way. Is I've been fucking lobbying all this shit.
With a hard bone one.
If you like, we have established ourselves as the main superpower after World War II. Everybody else was in shambles, and then Russia came up. Went back in shambles. Now we have China and we have Russia, and they're coming on us. And we don't. All of our leaders got fucking fingers in their asshole. Fingers in their ass.
Us, man. China's gonna fucking enslave us. I'm telling you.
And that's not a racist thing to say. That's a fucking. It's gonna happen.
They hate Americans. They hate us. So do the Russians.
I could see it, bro. Like,
well, the Russians hate us because we fucked them over when we went down to Cuba.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like we've won a lot in our past, but we've also, in winning, fucked a lot of people over.
We've been circumstantially lucky with where we are. We're not in Europe, so we're not pissing each other off. We're not pissing fucking France off.
We stay far away until it's convenient for us to intervene, and then we come in like, yeah, we're the saviors. Yeah,
but now it doesn't matter. Like you can literally get troops, like foreign troops, on our land in like what 12 hours.
We are barely even using troops anymore. We just send a fucking robot,
but like
bomb you and your entire family.
Pretty soon it's gonna be death robots.
People don't know. Here's the thing. Many people don't know is that we do have our own troops, but many people, what they think the strategy is going to be is like, oh, if they want to invade us, all they got to do is just go over like to Canada or like Mexico. And it's like, if you go to Canada, Canada's on our side, my guys. Like, yeah, they might hate us a little bit, but like there has been plenty of times in the past where we haven't had enough troops to go over, and we've called on Canada and they've said, yeah, man, we'll send you some people. Like
Also,
they'll
do
just
you know
fucking
how hard and stupid just sending a bunch of troops in 2020 would be in a war when we
It's
have
dumb.
like technology and shit? Number one, they'd see
Oh
you
my
coming.
God.
So you know what?
a
Let
million
me
miles
add a little
away.
bit. Let me add a little bit with warfare nowadays. And I'm not just saying this because I'm in the Air Force, but air superiority is number one, right? Definitely number one. Like,
Oh, yeah.
if you don't have control of the skies, everything else is bullshit, right? Troops on the ground don't mean shit. I will also say, however, though, I mean, you know, we've got some good training regiments, some good simulations and stuff that we run personally. And you know, I'm a combat controller, so I work directly with aircraft and work with them in combat. But the problem is a lot of our fighting systems we're using against, you know, people with AK-47s that are barely put together, you know, barely any anti-aircraft capability. If they, you know, happen to get into the air, we're not talking Su-29 or sorry, Su-30s, MiG-29s or anything like that, like updated aircraft. We're talking like Russian 1970s
Red
aircraft.
Baron, like
Yeah, like
no, true.
Orville
That's farther
Redenbacher.
back.
bullshit, right? And you know, I'm I'm not gonna like, you know, diss our current air capability because trust me, we are still number one Air Force in the world. But it's like, you know, if somebody did happen to do anything, someone pulled the trigger on anything, China invaded, Russia invaded, whatever, I don't think they would be too ready for us, or we wouldn't be too ready for them.
What
Same
about
thing,
like
vice versa.
a hack? Like I feel like in the future it's going to be less, you know, air superiority. Is it more of like shutting down infrastructure, like shutting down our power grids, shutting down
Right.
the internet?
Yeah, dude, it's all about hacking.
Shutting down goods
Yeah.
that are being imported because that's what's happening.
Well,
That's what's starting. to
Or like,
happen
and
right
even
now.
like the slow war of like them continuously like planting these fucking bots on Twitter and
Yeah.
Facebook where they're like
Exactly.
spreading
Think about that.
propaganda.
Or
Like,
how
it's-
5G
Well-
is actually Chinese hacking software that's going to
Yeah, well, think
We're
about it.
fucked.
Think about it. Do you know? Yeah, TikTok. Yeah. Do you guys know how big hacking is? It's like a couple $1 billion a day is lost from people hacking each other.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it's
If you're not ready
it's
for
mainly
that
coming
shit,
from
you're
China
fucked.
to America, America to China. Russia's in there, different countries, and
We're
it
just
is
constantly hacking each other.
it's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. I like I said earlier though, I will add on to that. You know, eventually someone's gonna, or we're gonna like piece it together and be like, okay, this is how we fight this menace, right? But you know,
Also, the big
And now-
countries just aren't going to fight right now because we all still have stacks of nukes.
yeah, we're not gonna fight. We're not gonna fight. There's no way.
Like, we're not going to
There's no way.
directly fight with like Russia or China or anything
There's no way.
right now.
Yeah.
We'll have our little wars with people that don't have nukes.
Yeah, it's I don't know. It's fucking scary to me because it's like, you know, we had this conversation last week where we were like, you know, who did we root for in history? And it's always, of course, you know, America comes in. You're like, all right,
Yeah.
pack it up, Napoleon.
And just clean up.
Yeah, we're just like, Napoleon was cool as shit, but like,
Yeah.
I got my boys, 13 colonies. Let's fucking get it.
Oh, it's great.
Now it's like I don't see it happening.
It's very strange. They actually, every other country, I don't know about like Russians or anything like that, but including Iraq, including France, including all of our allies, pretty much, they think American soldiers and Marines are like God tier people. And I'm not even like just saying that because like who or whatever.
No, this
Hoorah
isn't
Marines,
just America bullshit. This is real accounts I've heard too. Like, people are
This is
fucking
real shit.
scared of American soldiers, especially like Black Ops people and stuff. Like,
Yeah.
Bow, wow,
They actually look at the camis because the camis are different between soldiers and Marines.
Yeah.
The numbers.
And they were looking at Marines. Very good at quick scoping. No, they see. Oh my god! Yeah, they were looking at their
F that
camis,
gun.
and apparently the Iraqis or Iranians, I forget, were pretty much like, yeah, I heard to become a Marine, you have to like murder somebody. Like they for real think that.
Like
They really
Spartans.
do think that. Yeah.
Like,
They
or like
think
the
that. They
and
think
you're
that.
You have to kill a serf in order to become a Marine.
Well, I mean, they're not wrong in
Wait,
that sense.
someone-
Like, to be a Marine, like, you have to have that mindset where you're okay with like,
Wow.
yeah, there's gonna be like you are going to be killing people, and sometimes there will be innocent lives within that. So you have to be able to have the mentality to get through it.
And to be in the Air Force, you have to know how to sit on a chair.
You do. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
It's hard for people.
I think the most common VA injury for the Air Force is probably carpal tunnel, something like that.
Gamers should really start going into the Air Force. They fly the drones with the joysticks.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. Gaming really, really does help me in my job. I'm so good at it. And one of my instructors early on was like, "You're a gamer, aren't you?" And I was like, "How do you know?" She's like,
And you're
my
just like,
husband was a gamer.
Rise up.
How many of you
Yeah.
guys have seen or
Gamers.
read Ender's Game?
I've
Very
seen it.
good. Very good. Our
That
dad
shit is
seen it a lot,
insane.
but
I've seen it.
I don't want to spoil it for people who haven't seen or read it, but basically, like, it's about this kid who's a really gifted soldier, but the entire book is him training to be a soldier. And then there's this huge twist. That's all I'm going to say.
Whoa,
Yeah, it's good.
Whoa. We're just going to leave us on that?
Then
I don't want to like.
I was
whoa.
encapsulated,
I
bro.
guess the book's been out for like ever, and the
I've
movie's
seen
been
the
out for a
movie.
pretty long time.
If for
Yeah,
whatever
I've seen the
reason you are reading Ender's Game, click
If there are
off
any
now.
about Ender's Game, I'm about to spoil it. So basically, you find out in the end that all of these training drills he was doing, where he's flying this ship and like destroying other ships and fighting all these mock battles and shit, that was real the entire time. And he was like perfect. He won every one, had like minimal casualties in every battle for his ships, destroyed all of the other ships and all of these what he thought were training exercises. And then they reveal to him at the end that he's actually been fighting like the real war for them the entire time and has basically been like their best general or whatever.
He found
And
out
it's
what the numbers
fucking
mean.
Insane.
That's kind of
what do the numbers mean, Ender? What do they
Enderman.
And then he-
mean?
They click the zombies option, and then he just turns into a zombie hitting the thing.
Yeah. Dude, who did that?
Black Ops 2, dude, like, I don't know what fucking happened to Call of Duty, but they just had the shittiest soundtrack ever since Black Ops 2. You can't beat that shit.
You can't. Dude, I hated Call of Duty growing up. You get into that. Oh, it was good. You get into it though, like you get on that multiplayer screen, you're changing your loadout, and it's like
You feel so badass.
You're like, oh,
Like
okay,
mental track.
time to change my 4 sniper rifle loadouts. Yeah,
Pick 10 system.
FMJ.
Yeah, we have some nostalgia for the old Call of Duty games, but there's some bullshit in those old games. Remember the 1887s in Modern Warfare 2 when the game first came out?
I wasn't
They
there
were
for
like
that.
sniper rifles that one-shot everyone.
Bullshit. It was bullshit.
Even noob tubes, man, that's still in the base game.
People still use noob tubes.
People still abuse the
It's
shit out of that.
bullshit.
People still abuse them.
Especially on that map with the bunker in the middle, and there's like 4 ways to approach it.
Oh, that map on Free For All is so good. Holy shit. Even like
I
Commando.
never used noob tubes though. I never used the noob tubes.
Oh yeah, no, you don't use that shit, or at least you don't tell anybody if you do use it. It's-
I can't. I don't noob
Because you're
tubes.
embarrassed. Because you're embarrassed.
You should be embarrassed if you use the noob
Yeah.
tube.
Sorry, I keep like flipping my camera around.
Camp.
I'm
I
sorry
don't
about
noob
that.
tube. There's a difference.
Sorry, post production.
We're like way
Fucking
over.
it up.
Yeah, we're way over. It's just such good conversation. Like I just wanted to keep it going. Morgan, do you have any
Yes.
things to pimp before
Closing
we end it up?
Pimp, like shout outs.
Yeah, shout out
Yeah.
Too.
to my
whatever you
2,000
want.
fans.
You can pimp out your own body if you want.
Yeah, if you want to flex real quick.
Well, I'm okay. I'm okay.
Respectable.
I will
Good
say
man.
thank you to my phone falling. Thank you to all the viewers, my beautiful wife. Thank you to the team mentoring. I'm probably going to show this to them, and they're going to be like, "Ooh, ooh, ooh." Probably not. They're probably not going to get this far. They're going to watch 5 minutes.
Fair
Yeah.
enough.
Yeah, but
Sounds like
yeah, no,
such a great-
and thank you
Shout
guys
out to the team.
for throwing me on here.
Did you have any
Appreciate
social
it.
media or any projects you're working on online or no?
No, I've been playing video games, going to work.
Oh yeah,
Follow
yeah,
me
brother.
on Twitter,
it's game.
Mojo Payne, MOJOPAINE, Mojo Payne.
Oh yeah, boys.
Well, we're gonna be
Yeah,
playing
boys.
games after this, so
Oh,
Ladies
well,
and
yeah.
gentlemen, if you enjoyed this fucking podcast and if you got right through it, comment down below what your favorite part was. I've gotten comments last week, but I'm too lazy to pull it up. But next week we'll pull them up and we'll read them on the show.
You know what I want? I want someone to comment that they watched the whole thing from start to finish.
Damn, dude.
Good luck.
Start to finish. I want someone to comment and see if they
If you do that, I will give you my left nut. I'll send it to you through USPS.
He will. I've seen it.
We'll do a cum tribute.
He has no use for it right now, so he'll definitely do it.
We'll print out like a fucking 100 by 100 JPEG of your AVI on YouTube and just come tribute it.
Yeah.
You must be 18 and up and to enter.
Yeah, PSA, no pedophile. Yeah.
All right. Anyway, guys, it's been your boy Brandon.
I'm Oliver.
I am Travis.
And I'm Will.
You guys just listen to Real Sensitive Guy of the Hours, episode 25. You guys have a great rest of your night.